The Frontier Corps is a provincial auxiliary force part of the paramilitary forces of Pakistan. The Frontier Corps is recruited mostly from the tribal areas along the western borders and are the direct counterparts to the Rangers of the eastern provinces. The Frontier Corps comprises of two separate organizations, FCNWFP stationed in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, and includes the federally administered tribal areas, and FC Balochistan stationed in Balochistan province. Each subdivision is headed by a seconded Inspector General, who is a Pakistan Army officer of at least Major General rank, although the force itself is under the jurisdiction of the Interior Ministry. With a total manpower of approximately 80,000, the task of the Frontier Corps is to help local law enforcement in the maintenance of law and order, and to carry out border patrol and anti-smuggling operations. History. The Frontier Corps was created in 1907 by Lord Curzon, the Viceroy of British India, in order to organise 7 militia and scout units in the tribal areas along the border with Afghanistan: the Khyber Rifles, the ZHOB Militia, the Kurram Militia, the Tochi Scouts, the Chagai Militia, the South Waziristan Scouts and the Chitral Scouts. The Frontier Corps was led by an inspecting officer, who was a British officer of the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. In 1943 the inspecting officer was upgraded to an Inspector General, and the Corps was expanded with new units. After independence in 1947, Pakistan expanded the Corps further by creating a number of new units, including the Tal Scouts, the Northern Scouts, the Bardara Scouts, the Karakoram Scouts, the Kalat Scouts, the Dir Scouts and the Kohistan Scouts. British officers continued to serve in the Frontier Corps up to the early 1950s. The Corps was split into two major subdivisions, with FC Balochistan incorporating the ZHOB Militia, the Sibi Scouts, the Kalat Scouts, the Makron Militia, the Karan Rifles, the Pishan Scouts, the Chahai Militia and the 1st Masood Scouts. In 1975, 3 of the units were merged to form a new paramilitary force called the Northern Light Infantry, which is now a full infantry regiment of the Pakistan Army. In the mid-1970s, the Pakistani government used FC Balochistan to counter the insurgency in Balochistan, and the force is unpopular among some of the local population, who associate them with human rights violations and heavy-handed operations. To improve the Corps image, it has been involved in construction of schools and hospitals, although as of late 2004, Corps installations in the province were routinely attacked by insurgents. In the late 1990s, the Frontier Corps played an important role in eliminating opium poppy cultivation from Dir district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. In 2007, after the collapse of truce agreements between the Pakistani government and local militants, the Frontier Corps, teamed with regular Pakistani military units, conducted incursions into tribal areas controlled by the militants. The effort produced a series of bloody and clumsy confrontations. On August 30, about 250 Pakistani troops, mostly from the Frontier Corps, surrendered to militants without a fight. In early November, most were released in exchange for 25 militants held by the Pakistan Army. There is a widespread consensus among United States government military and intelligence experts that the Frontier Corps are the best potential military units against the Islamist militants because its troops are locally recruited, know local languages and understand local cultures. The United States provided more than $7 billion in military aid to Pakistan from 2002 to 2007, most of which was used to equip the Frontier Corps because it is in the front line of the fight against the Islamist insurgents. From late 2007, the Pakistani government intended to expand the Corps to 100,000 and use it more in fighting Islamist militants. particularly Al-Qaeda, after extensive consultations with the U.S. government and in agreement to start a multi-year effort to bolster it, including the establishment of a counterinsurgency training center. The new U.S. Obama policy for Pakistan is seen as a clear victory for the Pakistan Army lobby in the U.S. The $1.5 billion a year aid recently announced with no strings attached will go a long way in seeing that the Frontier Corps stay at the height of their professional abilities due to new equipment and training. The Corps has also fired occasionally on the U.S.-assisted Afghan Army role, perform border security duties, assist Army, FCNA in the defense of the country as and when required, protect important communication centers and routes, undertake counter-terrorism operations on orders, assist law enforcement agencies in maintenance of law and order, organization. The senior command posts of the Frontier Corps are filled by officers seconded from the Pakistan Army for 2 to 3 years. Although few look forward to these assignments from a professional and career point of view, the Scouts Training Academy, Morali in North Waziristan, is the primary training institution. The Frontier Corps in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is headquartered in Bala Hissa Fort in Peshawar. The Frontier Corps in Balochistan is headquartered in Quetta and is led by Major General Sharaf Khan. FC Balochistan has a manpower of more than 50,000 troops. The School of Frontier Corps and Training Center Lorelei is the primary training institution, whereas Battle School Belali is for advanced courses. The Corps is divided into 30 local units, 14 in the Northwest Frontier Province and 16 in Balochistan, and are as follows: Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chitral Scouts, Khyber Rifles, Kuram Militia, South Waziristan Scouts, Tochi Scouts, Masood Scouts, Momand Rifles, Shawal Rifles, SWAT Scouts, Orakzai Scouts, Katik Scouts, DIR Scouts, Bajor Scouts, Tal Scouts, Frontier Corps Balochistan ZHOB Militia, Noshki Militia, Sibi Scouts, Mekran Scouts, Taftan Rifles, Chaman Scouts, Dalbandan Rifles, Mywind Rifles, Gazaband Scouts, Bambor Rifles, Lorelei Scouts, Kia Abdullah Scouts, Awaran Militia, Panjgur Rifles, Suai Rifles. Other units also located in Balochistan: School of FC and Training Center, Lorelei, I-80 Squadron, Frontier Corps Battle School. Personnel. The rank and file are recruited locally, receiving tough and rigorous training, but they are seldom promoted to command positions. Equipment. The equipment of the Frontier Corps includes G3 rifles, AK-47s, RPG-7, light machine guns, short-range artillery and mortars, as well as aviation support and APCs and tanks. Inspectors General. Major General Ijaz Shahid, IGFC Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. After independence in 1947, the Inspectors General of FCNWFP were Brig Ahmad Yan, MBE, Brig K.A. Rahim Khan, Brig Bakhter Rana, MC, Brig Sadiqullah Khan, MC, Brig Rahman Gul, SQA, SK, MC, Brig Sadiqullah Khan, MC, Brig Bahadur Shah, MC, Brig Mehaboob Khan, TQA, Brig Mahmud Yan, SQA, Maj Gen Shireen Dil Khan Niazi, Brig Iftikhari Bashir, Maj Gen Nasirullah Babar, SJ and Bar, Maj Gen Ghulam Rabbani Khan, SBT, Maj Gen Aga Zulfikar Ali Khan, Maj Gen Mian Muhammad Afzal, Maj Gen Arov Bangish, SBT, Maj Gen Muhammad Shafiq, SBT, Maj Gen Ghazi Uddin Rana, SBT, Maj Gen Humayun Khan Bangish, TBT, Maj Gen Muhammad Neem Akbar Khan, Maj Gen Mumtaz Gul, TBT, Maj Gen Fazl Ghaffur, SBT, Maj Gen Sultan Habib, Maj Gen Tajul Haq, Maj Gen Hamid Khan, Marj-Gen Tariq Masood, Marj-Gen Ilham Khattak, Marj-Gen Tariq Khan, Marj-Gen Nadir Zeb, Marj-Gen Gayoor Mahmood, TBT, Marj-Gen Tayyab Azam, Balochistan Marj-Gen Saeed Sadakat Ali Shah, Marj-Gen Shujaat Zamir Dar, Marj-Gen Salam Nawaz, Marj-Gen Ubaidullah Khan Khattak, Marj-Gen Ajaz Shahid, Marj-Gen Sharaf Khan. Notable Deputy Inspector Generals: Khyber Pakhtunkhwa 1, Brigadier Tila Muhammad 2, Brigadier Nadir Zeb Balochistan 1, Brigadier Furqan 2, Brigadier Sikandar Khan 3, Brigadier Khalid Salim. Notable operations, incidents and controversies. Human rights violations in Balochistan which involve the FC's use of unconstitutional force on anti-state elements. Afghanistan-Pakistan skirmishes in which the FC was involved in beating back invading Afghan forces across the Durand Line alongside the Pakistani military. Kharotabad incident occurred in 2011 in which FC personnel killed 5 foreigners which were possibly mistaken for militants. 2009 Islamabad Frontier Corps post attack. Gallery. U.S. Navy equipment operator constructionman working Frontier Corpsman. Chitral Scout Band.